Hey guys, Michael with Quiet Lawn and Neon Pest and Lawn here. I hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to make a video updating you guys on how our business is doing. I know that I haven't made a video in probably about 5 or 6 months regarding the business, and I wanted to let you guys know where we are. We have struggled. There are. As I've talked about in other videos, our plan was to move away from landscaping and mowing and move towards pest control and fertilization and weed control, which we've already been doing for 4 or 5 years. We just added the pest control. In doing that, it's going to be necessary for our business to take a step back because we're going to have to get rid of those lines of revenue that we've spent the last 8 years building. So this year, we've kind of taken a step back. I think revenue-wise, we'll probably, depends on Christmas lights, we'll probably be around 100,000 less than we were last year. Maybe 75. It just depends. But right now, we're tracking to do about 450,000. And last year, I think we did about 530. So, just part of the necessary process. This year, we've done a lot less mulch. We've gotten rid of a lot of mowing customers and limited it to one crew. All that resulted in lost revenue for us. So this year we've definitely taken a little bit of a step back. We have grown with the fertilization and weed control and pest control as we wanted to. Not as significantly as I would like to have. I was hoping to replace the mowing revenue and landscaping revenue this year with the pest control. I'll make another video more specific to why that didn't happen, and we'll upload that video next. But we weren't able to grow those lines of business like we had expected. Other updates, it's been a pretty smooth year. One, I haven't been involved, as I talked about in my last video. I haven't been as involved with the business. I've kind of hid myself away. As a result, there wasn't a lot of leadership for the guys here. So, we've had a lot of issues with, equipment getting broken or misused or lost, or it's just been a tough summer in general, especially for mowing. You guys know that, you've probably had the same situation this summer if you're in the Southeast, but we've had a long drought season early in the summer, which was tough on the grass, hard to make the grass look good when there's no rain and people don't understand the necessity or the importance of watering. And then after that, it's been basically a monsoon where we had a month or 6 weeks where it was raining 3, 4, 5 days a week, and customers couldn't understand why you can't mow their grass. You can't fit 5 days of mowing into one dry day, or why you're not there. It's frustrating with that. Frustrating with equipment failures. I've never had so many equipment failures this year. A lot of it's probably my lack of leadership and training our new guys, because they're just typically our string trimmers last 2 or 3 years, and these guys are burning them up in 2 or 3 months because they're just running them wide open, and you can't do that with any piece of equipment or you're going to burn it up. I've had issues with the charging systems. I have the shop. I've shown my special setup here at the shop where we have basically 6 20-amp circuits that charge, and timers that basically charge all of our batteries for the equipment. And I have that set to where each circuit is not overloaded, and stuff gets moved around. Stuff gets somebody will plug in a charger to another circuit and it trips. And it's just created a nightmare this year where stuff doesn't get charged overnight because people fiddle with that stuff. And I'll take responsibility because I haven't educated them or shown them, explain to them how circuits work and how you shouldn't, how you can overload circuits, and how moving stuff around can trip breakers and trip GFCI outlets. So. It's just been a tough summer with equipment getting broken, people breaking equipment, people damaging stuff. It's definitely strengthened my thoughts, my desire to get rid of mowing. It's just 99% of our problems come from mowing. All the equipment I've had to replace, trailers getting broken, mowers getting broken, trimmers getting broken, customers' property getting damaged, which we haven't had a lot of that, but we've had some. And 95% of that comes from mowing. You almost never have these issues with fertilization, weed control, or pest control. That's been a frustrating part of the year. Otherwise, everything's ran pretty smoothly. Ibrahim and our awesome office team are amazing. They really are. They run this ship very smoothly. They do it for our business, and we're doing it for a handful of other lawn care companies through the Green Helpers, which is our service that we offer what they do for us for other companies. But they're definitely a blessing. They've allowed me to have the time with my family, be able to work on my other business, my martial arts school, Crush Kickboxing, and they've kept this thing running while I was absent, most of the summer. But that's kind of an update. The lines of business we're trying to grow have grown. They're not grown like I wanted them to. We've had to really step back the landscaping and mowing, so that's really hit our revenue this year. We're probably going to be 50 to 100,000 under what we did last year, and we'll take a bigger hit next year because we're going to get rid of another 150 to 175,000 dollars in mowing next year. So we've got to either shrink, our overhead to be able to accommodate for that shrinkage in business, or we've got to grow those other lines of business very quickly to replace that revenue. So that'll be a serious conversation that we're going to have this winter on how we're going to do that and the best way to do that. Otherwise that's good. Christmas lights, I wasn't sure with this economy how Christmas lights are going to go. I'm still not, but we are getting a lot of interest. We've already signed up several people throughout the summer. We've been marketing. We're still getting a lot of interest. We still have all of our contracts except for the big commercial contract that I wanted to get out of, that we got out of for last year. We still have all of our residentials left and some of the commercials that we do. So that's looking good. We'll see how it pans out. Inflation is really hurting people. Christmas, spending $1,000 or $1,500 on Christmas lights is definitely a luxury item or a discretionary spend. So we'll see how much this affects the Christmas lights, but so far it's looking good. So far we're making sales, and so far we haven't had any cancels or anything like that. But that'll be a big determining factor in how the rest of the year goes. But anyways, that's our update with the business. I hope you're all doing well. I'd like to hear below how your business is doing. If you've had any struggles, if you're noticing any difference this year over previous years, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a great day.